Welcome back to another episode of In Brandon. This week we're featuring multiculturalism at its best. And once again, we are joined by another fantastic pavilion for this year's festival. Say hello to Mally and Leo. Welcome to WCG TV Studios.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to have you here. You guys are here to support the HAMI, it's called, right? That's. Can you tell us what the HAMI stands for?
HAMI is for Hispanic Association of Manitoba, and then the I is just incorporated.
Incorporated, right on. How long has that organization been around?
It's been around for 7 years.
7 years.
Yes.
Kidding. Wow. And who is a member? Who is part of this organization? What countries are we talking about?
Well, we represent many Hispanic countries here in Manitoba. This time for the pavilions, we're representing Honduras, Nicaragua, Ecuador, Venezuela, and we have some also performs from Cuba.
Cuba?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Basically, many countries that don't have their own pavilion are represented in the Hispanic Association.
Nice. And so there's so many countries being represented. Is it a challenge to choose which, for costumes and for food and for music? Is it a challenge to come up with something that everyone can agree on?
A little bit of a challenge, yes, but we're trying to work together as a group, and then so we can represent a little bit of everything.
Right, so there's going to be a wide variety versus
yes.
just having one country represented. We're going to represent an entire range of nations.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
That sounds.
But it will be very interesting.
Yeah, seems like it'd be, fresh and easier to keep it fresh and exciting because you have such a wide variety of places to choose from.
Yes.
That should be So what kind of show can we expect to see this year?
Well, it's going to be a very diverse show because obviously, even if it was just my country, Honduras, there would still be different cultures from it. So now that we have all this huge mix, we can expect lots of dances and food from many countries. And we also have music by El Salvadorian. It's a duo. And we also have just a wide variety of dances and folklore.
Nice. Were you a member of the organization last year? Did you participate in this last year?
Not the pavilion. I joined recently, but it was a nice opportunity because I didn't know how to dance at all. But it's just a way to connect with my culture, and I am also going to dance the Cuban one too. And it's not my country, but that doesn't matter. It's not like, oh, this is my country. That's what the pavilion's about. So it's like, oh, we share this and we share this. So it's not like a melting pot. It's like cultural mosaic, and that's what Canada, the multiculturalism is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I like about what you're going to feature is when you see different nations represented, you can spot the similarities, and then you can see what's different and see how closely, we're all very tied together with our common histories. So it's nice that you can spot, we dance. We have that dance move too. And when you see that everybody's connected with art and culture, it really kind of makes us all feel connected, right?
Yes. Music unites us all.
Yes, exactly. Especially the music, and the different instruments. Will there be any instruments being played, or will it be recorded music?
We have a duo that will be with guitars and a singer.
Right.
Yeah. And we also would have the special dancers, plus the other music type of different type of music from different countries. Yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about music from other countries is the instruments that they bring. Because sometimes it's not just the standard instruments that we're used to. Sometimes it's a new and exotic instrument. So they're always fun to listen to. Let's get over some details. Let's start with where is the pavilion this year?
It's on the East End Community Center.
Okay.
By the Rideau Park.
By Rideau Park?
Yes.
And what are the dates of the pavilion's operation?
Friday, the 7th, February 7th, from 6 to 10 p.m. and Saturday the 8th from 1 to 10 p.m.
Gotcha. So no Thursday pavilion?
No.
Perfect.
No.
So that's just for anybody who was thinking to come check your show out on Thursday?
Yes.
Wait till Friday.
Friday and Saturday.
So East End Cultural Center, Friday and Saturday, and dancing, music. What kind of food are we looking at? So that must be very hard to combine so many palettes and so many menus into one pavilion. How are you going to tackle that?
Yes. Well, we have food from Honduras and Chile.
Okay.
Yes, that's our like main specialties. But we might have a few secret tricks that we can expect for our guests from other countries too. So you would have to come and join us to actually find out that we can find.
Absolutely. And what is it about Honduras? Of course, I know very little about Honduras, so I apologize for that. But what is it about Honduras that people such as yourselves would like everybody in Canada to notice or recognize about the show at the pavilion this year?
That regardless of who you are, because even Honduras, we have Afro-Caribbean people, and we have the mestizo, which would be like me, a mix of European and Indigenous. We also have Indigenous. So it's a huge country with a lot of cultures, but regardless, you can still enjoy the show. I remember when I was little, I would watch the show and I'd be like, oh, that's nice. And I never knew that people would dance like that. So even if you're not from Honduras, you can still appreciate the culture and be like, oh, they have punta and they dance like on the tip of their toes. Not like tippy toes, but like the ball of it.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, they're a dynamic culture and you can appreciate the fun and yeah.
And is the costume you brought today, is this typical of what is going to be seen at the pavilion with the flowers and the long flowing white dresses, or is this a personal?
No, we have this, but there's also going to be skirts that are going to be white, but you should expect more colorful stuff. For example, the mambo, it's more like pink and orange and like vibrant yellow. And the flowers, yeah, definitely. You should expect flowers. And there's a lot of like colors in our dances, and also just skirts, because we do a lot of like movement with the skirts.
Right, long flowing skirts,
Yeah.
right. And how much preparation does it take to put on a show like this? How much rehearsal, how much of your own personal time do you invest in this?
Well, together we rehearse about once a week, but on our own time it depends on the performer. For example, when I can, I just dance to get like the rhythms, because as I said, I wasn't like born a dancer, so sometimes the dances are a bit difficult, but then I just remember what my teacher says. Maria, she always tells me to like just be confident, and then I just enjoy the music and not think about it too much, and then I can just do all the dances.
Yeah, close your eyes and pretend the audience isn't there.
Yeah.
But the Hispanic Association has a very wide set of dancers, and they participate in different events, not just for the pavilion. So they've been working with the dances from the. They do the events in the summer. We do events for our Christmas, and then we do our own personal events, and then there's all over the year. We have different types of events, and the dancers are always ready. They're always practicing every week.
Right, so it's not a skill that you lose over the off season. You're constantly practicing and rehearsing.
Yeah, every Saturday they're practicing for different types of events.
Really? Wow. Who is helping the pavilion meet its commitments this year? Who are you guys leaning on for support?
Well, we have our own set of the directives. Like me as my president, we have Maria as the vice president, we have Seda, she's the secretary. We have our coordinators, and then we also have many volunteers.
Right.
Yes, that belong to the association, and then also we count with our help from our founders, Eliana, Edifonso. They are our founders, and they always also helping us. So there's a bunch of people, and we come from different countries. We have people from Colombia, from Chile. We have people from Cuba, many different countries. It's just like a big family of Hispanic
And it's wonderful that you can pull this off, because if you took a random selection of other countries and said, okay, you guys have to design a pavilion act and show, I can imagine there'd be a lot of butting heads and different ideas, and that the Hispanic community has managed to pull together and come up with something really represents the cooperation that exists between Hispanic nations. It's a wonderful example to see.
Yes, and it's our first time doing a pavilion.
You're kidding.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, we're nervous, but hopefully everything will.
I bet. What do we need to know about Honduras? Like I said before, you know, I don't know a lot about it. Can you give me a primer on, if, say, I wanted to go visit Honduras? What should a traveler know?
Yes, of course. It's in Central America. It's one of the 7 countries in Central America. We have beautiful beaches on the north side and on the south side. We have excellent weather. Many people from Canada go to vacations and to Honduras, to Roatan, and all the Caribbean and the Bay Islands. We have excellent food, and like she said, very diverse. We have African descendant people. We have the mestizos, and then there's many things to do. I really recommend people to go to Honduras and then to travel. We will have some of the food that we can enjoy back home, and then we will have it here, prepared from Honduras cooks, so it will be authentic.
Wow.
So they can really enjoy it. It's a very nice country, and we're lucky to come from there, and then we can represent it.
If I only have enough room to eat one thing, what should I eat at the pavilion this year?
Well, the Honduran dish, and it's the most common, and in my opinion, I really like it. It's the baleada.
Say that again, please.
Baleada.
Baleada?
Baleada.
Baleada? Oh, baleada.
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 Yes.
If I say it faster, then you don't hear my mistakes. I get it. Baleada?
Yes.
Baleada.
Yes.
And what, can you give us a hint of what it takes to put baleada
It's a flour
together?
tortilla.
That's a tortilla,
Yeah,
okay.
tortilla, like a flour tortilla with fried beans and cheese, grated cheese.
Nice.
And some people use like a type of sour cream also inside. And many people add like a fried plantain or the avocado. You can put some chicken if you want, but the main dish only comes with fried beans and the grated cheese.
Nice.
It's very, very delicious.
And you get to learn a cool new word, baleada.
Yes.
How
It's
cool
also
is that?
versatile because you can have it for breakfast, lunch, dinner,
No
while
way.
you're watching the show. It's
Yes.
really tasty.
Yes, yes.
So they're like cheesies.
Sure. Yeah.
No, I don't have cheesies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But yeah, I like the idea of it. So, what other countries will feature prominently? Obviously, Honduras is going to be a huge part of the pavilion this year, just because of who we're talking to. Are there other countries that are going to be? Is like they're going to be a song for Cuba, and then a song for Honduras, and then what's the itinerary look like for what other nations are going to be represented?
For Cuba, it's hard to pick because like every culture has different dances, but the mambo is like really popular there.
Oh, the mambo, really?
Yeah. So we're gonna do some mambo, and it's so diverse because there's even gonna be like a Canadian person dancing in the Hispanic Association because it's just about sharing the cultures and appreciating them. But we'll also have other girls dancing with like colorful dresses to the mambo. We also have a Chilean dance, and it's more like lively and jumpy and like flowy. We have the punta, which is from Honduras, and we have folkloric dances too.
Folkloric dances? Okay. And the punta?
Yes.
What does that word mean?
Tip.
Tip?
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Yes, because you
dance
dance with your tips.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we covered that.
Yes.
Punta. One of the things I like the best is how much I get to expand my vocabulary by hearing these words in the studio, and then when I go to the pavilion, and then I get to see and actually see the words being used. That's the best part, is expanding the range of knowledge. And I really like that you're a multicultural organization. What I'm curious is if somebody from with roots in Cuba or roots in Honduras, if somebody watching wanted to be involved and get more involved in your pavilion, who would they get a hold of? What would be the process?
Well, we have our social network also, the Hispanic Association of Brandon, or HAMI for short.
Right.
Yes, and also they can contact us at the Hispanic Association of Manitoba at gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah, or our Facebook page and our Instagram page also. We have all those contacts here in Brandon, and anybody can join. We become members. We have Canadian members, and they will be also volunteering with us. And it's like the association, it's for the Hispanics, but it belongs to anybody. We do a lot of volunteering in the society, in the community. We have English classes, we have Spanish classes, we help like the newcomers with the English test when they apply for residence, and then we have a variety of services as the
Workshops.
Workshops. Yes, we have our workshops, and we have the dances classes. There's a bunch of things that we offer, and everything is for free.
Well, you caught my ear when you said Spanish classes.
Yes.
That's something that is offered in Brandon with authentic Spanish-speaking teachers.
Yes, exactly. We have, right now, we have a teacher from Mexico.
Wow.
And then she's teaching Spanish. She just recently started, like last week. So everybody can still join. We have classes. We are teaching at the Brandon University.
Okay.
They can contact us for more information if they want to learn the Spanish.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking for the TV station. I'm thinking that's something that that might be we want to take a bigger look at. But did you say the classes were free?
Yes,
the
everything's
Spanish
free.
classes?
Yes,
even?
everything's free. We try very hard to work with grants. Right now, fortunately we have a grant from the Brandon University, so that help us to provide all these services. But we also accept the helps from anybody, like government or donations, all that, so we can help the community.
That's wonderful, you know, and while you're talking, I'm just thinking that I think I might want to check that out.
Yes, definitely.
Spanish is a wonderful language to learn and speak, and if there's a authentic Spanish teaching program right in town here, you know, that'd be a wonderful thing, especially free.
Yes, for free, exactly. These lessons are very expensive.
You're going to be swamped.
Yeah, many Canadians are interested because they go to the Caribbean for vacations. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Dominican, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Cuba, and they want to learn more.
Well, I was traveling and I was in Mexico, and I was shopping, and I found a shirt that would have been wonderful. My girlfriend wasn't with me at the time, but it was a perfect shirt for her, but it was too big. It needed to be smaller. And I asked the attendant if she had a smaller version, but she didn't know what smaller meant. And I remember being so frustrated that I didn't know the Spanish word for smaller, or for small, or tiny, or, you know, any variation of the word. So I just took a stab in the dark, and I threw out the French word for small. And I don't know why, but apparently that was all I needed to say. I think she just knew enough French that she could put two and two together, and she ran back and got me a smaller shirt. But I remember being frustrated. How, you know, such a simple word like small. How do I not know the Spanish word for small? So now I have to ask you, what is the Spanish word for small?
Pequeño.
Pequeño?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So now you know 3 words: baleada, punta, and pequeño.
It's funny, I forget more than I know. I'm fairly certain. Pequeña?
Yes.
Oh boy, what was the other one you just... Pequeño?
Punta.
Punta, right. Okay, there's going to be a test at the end.
Yes.
I know I'm going to fail, but the test is at the pavilion. If you make it to the pavilion, you pass the test. How's
Exactly.
that? Well, is there anything we've forgotten to talk about? I'm trying to think. We've covered the where we're going, when we're going. We did the times. We talked about the food, the dances. And it's hard to talk about what the dances and what the music are going to be because you're featuring so many different nations, right? So many origins. So what we can expect, I'm assuming, is a lot of variety, right?
Yeah, something you can expect from all of us as the dancers is like high energy. We're
Okay.
gonna have a lot of fun, and we're gonna enjoy just seeing people in the crowd and seeing them enjoy eating all the food and just seeing them watch us dance. It's just fun for us. So we feed off of the energy of the audience, so that's why we really want people to come down to our HAMI Pavilion, especially because it's our first one, but because there's gonna be so much that you can't, you won't be bored. There's gonna be so much to do.
Right on. That sounds like it's going to be wicked. Now, my last question is to you guys. Why do you invest the time and energy into this? What is it about this program that appeals to you? You know, what's in it for you? What do you get back from all that you give for this pavilion?
I like that it's non-profit, so everyone who's doing it is because of their own will. And personally, what I like is that everyone is connected. So as we mentioned, there's different cultures mixed together, and we're all connected because we speak Spanish, we're all Hispanic. And that connects us also. Sometimes I might learn something new. I don't know everything, so I can learn a new dance, new music, get to know new people. And it's just immersing myself in the culture because I'm not in Honduras, but because I'm in Canada, and I have this space because thankfully people allow this, and there's grants, and we can do this for free. So then we can invest our time without pressure of oh, we need money. It's just something that comes from the heart, and I think that's what makes it more passionate because everyone who's there does it from the heart. So we all just have fun.
Wicked answer.
Yes, it's not easy. It's a lot of work and a lot of to do, and but we do it from the heart. We would like to give out as much as we possible can, and this is just the idea from our founders, and then we just are continuing the legacy, and then we really like to give to the community. I love it's multicultural because that really makes us be like a big family together, and instead of oh no, I represent this country, or I don't like those, or I don't like this. Now we all together, we all try to put a little bit of our own, and I don't know, it's something that I think Brandon really appreciates, and really, I don't know, the city really needs something like more color, especially in the winter, you know.
I was just going to say, winter is the perfect time to get people out of the house.
Exactly.
And get them back into socializing. You know, so many people hermit their way through winter. I know, because I'm one of them. I don't like leaving the house in the winter.
I don't blame you.
Pardon me?
I don't blame you.
Yeah, thanks. And, but I do like that Brandon is putting in the extra effort to get people out of the house, get back into engaging with our socials. And it's a great time because spring is just around the corner. So, you know, it's staying hopeful and positive, which is, I mean, what could be wrong with that, right? That's
shout out to the city and all the organizations, because there's 12 pavilions this year.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work and a lot of support.
You can really see the commitment to multiculturalism in this town. That's for sure. One question before I let you guys go. The time goes so fast. But how different is Spanish from country to country? You know, in French we have multiple examples of how French differs in Quebec and in France, and then there's of course Morocco and, you know, all the other countries, Haiti, for example, and French has different variations in each location. Does Spanish have a similar, you know, experience?
Yeah, I speak French, so I've spoken to French people, and then they're like, oh, that's Quebec. Then they speak in English. But with Honduras, we all understand each other, and we can tell, like, sometimes, like, oh, you're not from Honduras, but we can still understand the language, and there might be minor differences, like, I might have different slang for something, but overall, the vocabulary is the same, and then we can all understand each other. And it's just dialect differences.
Well, that's wonderful. So you would have no problem going to any other Hispanic country and getting along just fine?
No, like the language is the same all over, like Latin America and even Spain, but the accent and some words change throughout the different countries and cities. They might have some like a different word for a few things than other countries, but we can still understand.
Yeah. How about the swears? Are the swears all the same?
Similar.
Like, if you swear in Honduras to somebody from Cuba, go, "Ooh, he's not happy."
Yes, yes. It changes and varies, but we can still understand.
You still understand, yeah. He's yelling for something. He must not be happy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, that's such a cool story. I'm glad that the Spanish nations, the Hispanic nations of the world are coming together and putting this on for us to enjoy. Great example of working together, community coming together. There's so many wonderful positive things to say about your pavilion. I'm so glad you stopped in to tell us about it, and I really appreciate it.
You're
We're
welcome.
really glad you invited us and you gave us the platform to speak, but also just to tell you personally to come to the pavilions, because it's like you already know a few words, and I'm pretty sure that you want to see like the dances. I hope we convince you to see the dances.
Well, I got to sign up for the Spanish classes too. So
Yeah,
I imagine,
excellent.
Yeah, I'll just do it at the pavilion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wicked. Well, thank you very much. And that brings us to the end of another episode of In Brandon. But stay tuned. There's lots more multiculturalism awaiting. Take care.